Gentlemen, the Brooms were out last night. The Celtics come up clutch again, sweeping the Pacers to reach the NBA Finals. Thanks to some late heroics from Jaylen Brown, the Celtics have advanced to the NBA Finals for a second time in 3 years. Brown, who finished with 29 points, had a block on Andrew Nembhard and then hit Derek White for the game-winning three-pointer inside the final minute. Brown was named MVP. Talked about it post-game.
I wasn't expecting it at all. I don't never win. So I was just happy that we won. And give credit to Indiana. They played us tough. I know, people think that Indiana wasn't a good team or whatever the case may be. I thought they were as tough as anybody we played all season. They were physical. They were fast. They put a lot of pressure on us. So shout out to them and respect to them.
It's special, right? Even though we've been there before, most of us have, you don't take it for granted, right? We were excited. It's a hell of a team we just played. They made us earn every single game, and we're extremely grateful to move on to the finals.
All right, all smiles from Beantown. Shannon, let me ask you this. Would you characterize this playoff run for Boston as an easy path or a dominant run?
Well, they were games 1, 3, and 4 were as impressive as I've seen the Celtics all year because they had to dig down and they had to find ways in order to win ball games because the Indiana Pacers put a lot of pressure on them. Now, with the exception of that one game against, I'm sorry, UD, when your team shot the lights out of the Miami Heat, made like 23 threes, and then I think one game in Cleveland when they made another 17 to 23s. But I thought Indiana series showed me a lot about the Celtics because we wanted to see how they operate in clutch situations. And in games 1, 3, and 4, they had to be at their absolute best. And when they had to be at their absolute best, they absolutely were at their best. Guys made shots. Turnovers, block shots. Jaylen Brown, the Larry Bird, which was Finals MVP, very earning of that award. But Jason Tatum made clutch shots. Derek White made clutch shots. Guys made clutch plays. Now, they only lost 2 games in the series, so maybe this is a historic run. We'll see if they can cap it off. But I was most impressed with the way they played Indiana. I wasn't overly impressed with what they did to Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell missed 2 games. Jared Allen missed the entire series. Miami, they were hampered with injuries. Their best player, Jimmy Butler, didn't play. So it's hard to characterize it, Perk, when you see so many guys out. But I was really impressed with what they showed me in games 1, 3, and 4 because they had to dig down. They had to go get it because Indiana put as much pressure on them this season in this series as anybody has all year.
So was it dominant or was it an easy path, Shannon? You still haven't answered the question.
Perk.
Perk, but here's the thing, Perk. All I can do is play as who's in front of me. It's not my fault that I'm healthy, and because they're gonna say, "Well, we lost Porzingis." I was impressed. I've been on record of saying this. I've only been impressed with the Boston Celtics in this Indiana series. Now, I don't know if any other team. I'm a little older than you, UD and Perk. I don't know if a team has dodged as many bullets. But the Eastern Conference was beat up, so we can make a case and say if you come out of the East, you kind of dodged the bullet.
Molly, it most definitely was an easy path for the Boston Celtics. They played the Miami Heat first round. Their best player, Jimmy Butler, didn't play. Second round, Donovan Mitchell goes out. They don't have Jared Allen. Karis LeVert was injured as well. So that was an easy path. And then you go to this round, right? Indiana, Coach Rick Carlisle blew 2 of these games, okay? 2 of those games in that series. Game 1 and Game 3, he smoked them for his coaching mistakes. And so when I think about that, no Tyrese Halliburton. So you come out, and here's the thing, right? This is why I'm not calling it a dominant run, because when you dominate, you need to dominate, meaning not be gentlemen about the situation, but actually sweep them. Not one single series did they sweep them. I don't see a 4-0.
They swept Indiana.
No. Oh, yeah, they just swept them. I'm sorry. They just swept them. But they're supposed to sweep them. They're supposed to sweep these guys. At the end of the day, you look at this starting 5. You look at Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Derek White. I mean, even Al Horford. Like, old man Al Horford is still playing at a somewhat all-star caliber level right now. So I mean, you just look at it, it was an easy path. It wasn't a dominant path.
I got to agree with you on that one, Perk, 1,000%. It was an easy path, and not only did we miss Jimmy, but we missed Terry Rozier. We ain't have Scary Terry. Duncan Robinson wasn't 100%. Tyler Hero had just came back off injury. What I will say is, yes, Indiana did push them. Boston did stay in the fight for 48 minutes. But while Indiana was pushing them, left the front door open, left the back door open, left the garage door open. Yeah. Every opportunity that they could give Boston Celtics to finish these games and to win these games and to pull it out at the end, they gave them. There's a saying, when people show you who they are, believe them. When you sit in a locker room and you know you're better than the team, you just got to stay in the fight for 48 minutes because they're going to find a way to give it to you. And I think Boston just stayed in the fight for 48 minutes and Indiana found ways to give it to them every game.
But remember yesterday, UD, you said you wanted to see Boston get tested before they got to the finals. Have they not been tested in games 1, 3, and 4?
No.
Because
no.
Hold up. They were down. You down 8 points with 2 minutes to go. You're down 6 points with a minute to go.
You watch that film and you look at it, you see one team make 1,000 mistakes, speed up, and you see another team slow down, get poised, and just get the shot that they want and the baskets that they want. That comes with experience. That has nothing to do with domination. They did not dominate. I'm with Perk on that. We want to see them dominate. Half healthy teams without their best players, we want to see you win by 20. We want to see you put them in their place and let them know they do not deserve to be on the court with you. They did not do that.
But here's the thing, guys. Once you make it to the playoffs, these are the best of the best. And as you go further and further, this is supposed to be the best of the best at the end. So the Indiana Pacers was the best. Look,
No.
yes,
It was the best of the, it wasn't the best of the best, Shannon. It was the best of the rest. Because everybody was hurt. It wasn't the best of the best. It was the best of the rest. Because everybody was banged up.
I will concede that. But we've seen teams that mess around, end up going 5 games, go 6 games, go 7 games when they should have ended the series in 4 or 5 games. That's not what the Celtics did. Yes, did they play? It's hard to play your absolute best for 48 minutes for 4 or 5, 6, 7, 4 or 5 games. That's not likely. But to give those guys credit, because you said, UD, you wanted to see them in clutch situations have to operate. Now, granted, when you look at this, does the Pacers possess anybody that you're afraid of? Like somebody on the other side. If they face the Mavs, you got Luka and you got Kyrie that can also operate in the clutch situation that I don't believe will make the same mistakes that Indiana made. Also, Ant-Man and Cat get it going, but I don't believe it's going to be those guys. So let's just take the Mavericks because they got a 3-0 lead, and I don't believe any of us believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves can win 4 straight games. So in that situation, I'll concede that I don't believe Kyrie and Luka will make the mistakes that Nembhard made. I don't believe they'll make the mistakes, the go 0 for 4 and the 2 turnovers and the blown defensive assignments. Bro, I'm like, how many times y'all gonna leave Drew Holiday wide open under the basket? Y'all gonna leave Jason Tatum wide open at the top of the key for 3? Y'all gonna leave Derek White in the short corner for 3? But those are the mistakes. Like you said, guys, those are young teams. But give those guys, because we've seen teams miss those opportunities and say, oh, what if Derek White misses that shot? We're having a whole different conversation. So give those guys credit.
Well, I will say this. Game 3 of this series was the most impressive win for the Boston Celtics.
Yes.
Because they were down 18, and we wanted to see how they would act in those moments when the game got tight, because we know the Celtics all season long, they've been playing blowouts, right? They've been blowing people out. And in those clutch moments, I wanted to see not only the Boston Celtics, but I wanted to see Jason Tatum and what he was going to do. And I thought in Game 3 he performed, he showed up and showed out. That behind-the-back pass to Al Horford for that corner 3, that was huge. I thought they made the right plays down the stretch. That was the most impressive win. But again, I would have to say, I know it's hard. Look, it's hard to make it to the finals. Okay, give them credit, because in the regular season, they did what they were supposed to do. They secured the #1 seed. They was night and day above everybody else in the Eastern Conference. They're back into the NBA Finals, but it was the easy path for them due to all the injuries, and the teams that they played up were banged up.
Both of those things can be true. It could be an easy path, and they could still have done what they were supposed to do. But all of us could be right on this one.
because the thing is, guys, when we look at it, UD, you and I talked about it. Perk, you weren't with us yesterday. UD said, I want to see him challenge. But when you got to dig deep, you're down 18, you're down late in the fourth quarter by 8, no matter what. That means you still have to execute your offense.
Yes.
Because if you don't execute, even if they turn the ball over and give you opportunities, as UD say, they left the front door open, the back door, and the windows and turned the alarm off. Even if they do all of those things, if you don't go in the house and take something, nothing is out of place. Hey, what have you done? But give those guys credit. They kept pressure. T.J. McConnell, they blocked. I think it was Jaylen Brown that ended up blocking this shot, or Derek White. Derek White played unbelievable. It was big turnover, forced big turnover after big turnover. Drew Holiday is Drew Holiday. I mean, what can you say about him? He's going to make big shots. He's the guy. But Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, those two big guns, when they needed to be big, they were.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Keep them going, try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm a